before the end, we got actually special guests. Second place, right?
Yep.
First runner-up.
For premium.
Ironic to people we know.
How you guys doing? Two Velocitron here.
The people that surprised Jesus Christ.
Sleeper decks out the gate.
Exactly.
2 rogue decks, 1 meta deck.
Yeah.
So from there to here, what'd you play and how'd it go?
I played Victor, and I absolutely destroyed Ordercolony. 3 of them, just they didn't see it coming. They did not see the Scarlet Bird coming at all.
Secret tech.
Yeah.
When I actually got the 7 drive checks off of just what they rested and I couldn't stand, they just got immediately tilted. Like I just saw their like heads sink. They're like, damn. The one guy was like, "Oh, I saw you drive check that, but I didn't know exactly what it did." And then when I resolved it, he was like, "Oh, that's what that does."
I could just see you putting down a full board and then going to Gridora and it's like rest there and it's like good.
The funniest part is they don't even attack into my rears because they know they're not going to restand during my turn. And then I just stand them all and they're just there. So easy games. Like honestly, the only one I struggled against was the one in finals. And that's because I didn't have Victor my first grade 3 ride, so I stayed on grade 2. And then she stayed on rode up to grade 3 and Sabreezed me.
I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah, it was it's something else.
I don't know if that's necessarily the right play because, like, when you are playing Ordercolony, if the opponent's on grade 2, you also do the grade 2 game. Sabreeze is like an absolute last resort because what you want to do with that deck is you always want to get the first stride, and you always want that first stride to be Gridora.
I think I realized, now I remember why exactly she did that, because she didn't have the book.
Oh.
So she on a triple drop to get the book.
Yeah, she was just digging for the book.
Gotcha, okay.
Speaking, you're talking about Ordercolony like you're experienced in it somehow.
Hi, I used Ordercolony in the tournament. I haven't played Premium in years. I've been a long-time Mega Colony player and was just looking for something to play. I haven't had 75% of the deck before the tournament, so it wasn't that much of an upgrade to get the stuff, and since I needed it within like 2 weeks, I didn't really have time to like hunt for decks or like do some like a lot of research. I was just like quick, easy, done, and it works. Who knows? Drawing 6 cards a turn, getting 5 attacks is good or something. I will say, however, I had to fight Narukami 4 different times in that tournament. Erads kicked my teeth in, and I lost twice to Vanquisher and beat it once. No. I beat Vanquisher twice and lost to it once. The one time I lost to Vanquisher was due to a very egregious misplay on my part, completely forgetting to activate Gridora's ability to stun their board, and oh boy, I regretted that one. Luckily I had these 2 to pick up the slack for me. But like, it's value. You get insane draw, you get like multi-attack pressure, you force your opponent to re-ride every single turn, because if they don't, they're just tapped down. And like, it's dumb. There are definitely like a few top decks in the format though that can like put up a good fight against it. There are a few rogue options that can completely decimate it. I definitely think the deck is, I don't want to say like too good, but there definitely should at least be a hit somewhere, anywhere.
Book.
Dragon and book, yeah.
It's either the dragon or the book. Probably not Gridora. Gridora has been a stride since 2019 and has never really been an issue until just now.
Yeah.
But especially with that new Mega Colony stride coming out in the next premium collection, it's only going to get worse. Because now we're going to get 5 attacks with your opponent's Vanguard potentially being minus 10 power.
Yep.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, the dragon is what causes it all. So if the dragon's gone, then it's not a deck.
Yeah.
I heard a few of the judges talking about like the dragon could be left alone if they just hit the book, because there's another order that you can play that draws you 2, but it doesn't give your front row 10k. So it's still like some advantage, but it's not as much advantage as the book is.
Yeah.
Because like smart players will go after my front row rear guards to like make sure that I'm not getting the full effect of the book. But sometimes it just doesn't matter. Like the 10k power is nice for like pressure, but it's just the draw 3 for free and draw 4 if you persona ride. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
I want to talk about the worst match of the evening, the deck check.
Oh. Like matchups are one thing, because like win or lose, you know, I have some control over that. There's only so much control you have over the deck check, because it's like, well, sorry I didn't notice a slight miscut on the sleeves when I bought this pack fresh.
Yeah, we actually all three went into the tournament with Bushiroad official oversleeves on Bushiroad sleeves.
Yeah,
like fresh out of the pack.
Both of the decks that I use for both formats, I bought brand new sleeves and oversleeves for, just to make sure that everything was like kosher.
But factory errors, man, you just can't control them.
And then
I played Dpolice Cheese. I use Go Yusha as my starter. I superior ride to grade 3 while my opponent's at grade 1. I go into Dyneliner. I am suddenly 33, 3 crit. They are grade 1, 8k. I say, here's crit, you're at 5. Next turn I stride, you're 9k. I say Juma Glass has 4 crit coming at you. You say, minus your crit by 2 or something like that. I say, here's an over trigger and you're dead. So I had multiple fights where I didn't get to see what my opponent's deck did because they didn't reach grade 3.
PG or GG?
Yeah, how about that Zorga player in finals?
I didn't know he was a Zorga player. I thought he was just using Grand Blue. Like, I killed him too quickly.
Yeah, he was telling us like, yeah, I killed this Grand Blue player grade 2, and like, next day he's like, wait, never mind, that wasn't a Grand Blue player, that was a Zorga player.
Speaking of which, kudos to Zorga and Eugene for making top 8 and premium.
Yeah,
like, holy crap.
That's the beauty of premium. You can put any decks and any mechanics together. Like, you have a weird ass Nubatama deck that runs Verenas.
Yeah, the trick Nubatama. Mm-hmm. That thing's funny. But also in that team that we played against, they were all 3 playing rogue decks. It was Die Kaiser the Legion.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. When I was playing against him, his first damage check was like limit break 4, Great Daiushin. I was like, whoa! I haven't seen that guy in years.
It was all about. It was the Zorga, limit break 4, and then what was the third one?
Eugene.
Yeah.
Which his Eugene deck was so interesting because like he had this grade 3 from V that you will never see played except for like in these weird niche decks. Because it requires you to Soul Blast 3 grade 3s.
Oh, yeah.
Makes you like your hand out. Yeah. I've seen that deck floating around.
Oh my god.
It's even worse in Japan because they have the crit triggers that are grade 3.
And with Tri-Bash was a key part of that, just because it just goes to Soul.
And he used the Eugene grade 2 to put a grade 3 from hand and draw.
Wait, are the 0 crits legal?
Yeah, in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait. Are we getting those?
I think I saw the English version of the Link Joker one.
Yo, that's going on. Give me that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, David, I hate to break it to you, but they are dummy expensive because you only get them if you win like Bushiroad official 0 tournaments.
How much are we talking?
Probably the hundreds of dollars because there's not too many of them out there.
They're not thousands of dollars like the champion promos. They're for some reason cheaper than like the Springfest promos.
It's because they have no effect. They're just a grade 3 crit with no effect.
Yeah.
Put that in Messiah. Say that again.
I can afford that.
So, but I had a lot of fun. We obviously did well.
Oh yeah,
surprisingly well.
So after Swiss, we were 4th place. Our team was 5-1, and then during the top 8, we got 2nd place. So overall, we went 7-2. Mm-hmm. So we did really, really well.
In Swiss, my only loss was against a Luard player, and I got grade locked. I couldn't get my Victor, and it was like after the 2nd Morfessa turn, he went to the 3rd Morfessa, then I died.
Yeah,
I was really holding in there thanks to heal guards. Props to heal guards.
In Swiss, my only loss was my round 1 loss against Erads. For someone who just hasn't really played Vanguard in forever, getting paired up against Vowing Sword Stun Verse. Oh boy, it really does
like,
something.
Fine, and then grab your deck. What?
You're telling what? How much power?
I lost to Crystal Luster Jewel Knights. Didn't know what that deck did. I hit him too hard, and so he had too much counterblast. He used that counterblast to kill me. Then I also lost to NOK Barrel Magnus because that assassin coming out every turn, sucking it back in, getting so I knocked him to 6. He healed out of it, 6 damage healed, and then he was able to just ride up to grade 3. So he was like the first person to reach grade 3. He was able to get out full board with that dude that eats a card, draws 2, had the assassin to give more power, just sucked everything in, then barreled me, eating my board, and just. I just couldn't keep up after that.
That says everything. That was the first person to get to grade 3.
Yeah, I also played against the Jewel Knight deck in finals, and it was insane. Like, I didn't even get to stride in that game.
Yeah, Jewel Knights can go very busted very fast.
That
because
first stride, Crystal Luster on Salome was just insane.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, I don't know what I could have done besides damage deny them. Because it was just insanity. And
on top of that, if you do manage to survive and you don't kill them, the second time they go into Crystal Luster, they can do all that same things again. And now it's just a guard restrict.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. Because of her restand ability is locked to the opponent being a grade 3, you could theoretically stay on grade 2 for a turn if you could live through it. Yeah. You're still going to get rushed because she can still call stuff while you're on grade 2. But she's not going to be able to restand and therefore get more hand advantage. So anything she calls, she's really committing to. Mm. So, if you can live through that first rush and get that first stride, you do have a chance of, just beating it.
One of my funner games, I was facing Regalia Genesis. And so, each of us were going into our strides, 4 drive checks, restanding, and just going back and forth at each other with Force 2. So and she called down her grade 2s with the markers underneath them, the soul thing, divine age. And I'm reading this grade 2. I'm like, when it boosts, blah 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 blah, restand your guy. I'm like, how does it boost? And she's like, you'll find out. She called out this grade 1, had to search for her grade 3 that gives everything boost, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Regalia can get stupid fast.
Yeah. Oh boy.
And then there's a Mayo Colony bug that just says potentially no.
Yeah.
Good old Brilliant Blister.
There's actually a discussion going around how if it works, if it doesn't work. From what I've seen, I think if you're on Angelica, it works, but if you're the Vanguard is Yggdrasil, it doesn't work.
It's because of the way
all 3 Regalia units, all 3 main grade 3 Regalia units say something different, but they protect your units in a different way. One of them prevents them from being retired, one of them prevents them from being chosen, one of them prevents them from leaving the circle.
Yggdrasil just prevents them from being affected by your opponent's card's effect, period. Mm-hmm. So that the continuous ability of the grade 2 doesn't work because it needs to be rested. So once it stands, the effect's not active, and their effect is active. So by the time it gets rested, the continuous ability can't get through because it's trying to affect their cards. Mm-hmm. Now Angelica says choose, and that just goes around it.
Yep. I'm trying to think of my most fun matchup in the tournament. I know 2 notable things that I did in the tournament was one, I also beat an opponent before they got to grade 3 by hitting my overtrigger while I was on grade 2. I forget how I pushed them to 3 damage, but I had them at 3 damage when they were on their grade 2. I go swing with my grade 2, hit the Stoichia overtrigger, crit to Van, 100 million power to my standing rear, swing with that. They didn't have a PG. Mm.
Hey, you did his strategy, PG or DG?
I know another notable thing that I did is against that Die Kaiser player in top 8, he was able to get Die Kaiser up to 43 power, 4 crit, but I went heal guard -2 crit, heal guard -2 crit, took no damage.
Oof.
Your biggest weakness was one of the Link Joker players that had all 4 PGs.
Yeah. So Link Joker locked my board. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't need my rear guards. I have a Vanguard. And he's like, PG. I was like, oh, okay, well, do it again. PG, but bruh. And then he over-triggered me back. So, I got karma.
There was, so John faced, 90% of the Ordercolony players. We got paired up against. I did beat the Ordercolony Mirror one round due to the fact that he had to G-assist and was not... His grade 2 game was worse than my grade 2 game, so I just etched it out in the end. But because I beat him in the mirror, I got a personal trophy from him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's great.
Yeah, I tried to prepare everybody for the Order Colony thing. I was certainly prepared for it. I put a lot of thought into it. I actually hadn't played against it until that tournament. I've only played Ghidorah with the Ghidorah Stride, so my personal experience with the clan, and then just thinking about it. Just imagining my way to victory, and then making my deck specifically for that. I had 5 slots in the deck specifically for it, and they all came in clutch against it.
It usually goes like that. Like you see something topping the meta and it's being blown up, and it's like, okay, how do we counter it?
I will say thanks to the Goddess of Luck, all of our Order Colony matches went here and not there. Because before this tournament, in order for me to get used to the plays and get used to the deck, since I hadn't played Premium in so long, I had proxied the cards that I had coming in the mail, and I played against him a bunch to get myself used to the deck and to get him used to the deck too. And his deck just can't do anything against Order Colony.
So I actually face a different deck every round. I didn't have any repeats until I got into the top 8s, which was Great Nature. So I actually had fun of not facing the same deck over, like Narukami over or Order Colony over.
You're in the CC, right?
Yeah, I was in C.
C6 usually are the rogue. You got A, B that are yeah, this is what's gonna win, and then C is play whatever the fuck you want, man.
Yeah, see, we didn't put that much thought into our seat choice. We just went from shortest to tallest.
I think in France, in D, there was actually a Felty Rosa deck to make the top 8.
Really?
Felty Rosa, Vampires, Lyrical.
Wow. Kudos to them.
I don't know if they actually pulled their weight, because the deck is decently strong. You get the grade 3 first, you can sometimes steamroll.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see how the lyrical decks are going to evolve with the new support coming out in a few weeks.
I am scared for Kairi.
There's one deck that's going to be good because you can ride down to your grade 3. I can't remember which one it is. Because Lyrical can use Bermuda Triangle stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're talking
Bermuda
about a
Triangle
premium.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about premium.
I was talking about standard.
I don't know
Both.
anymore because Eugene and Zorga were talking premium. It's a Wild West out there. Thanks to bugs, I guess.
Dude, I want to try this. I want to take my Bruce deck and just face it against a premium deck and just see the difference between a standard deck and a premium deck and what they can do.
I've been wanting to do V versus D.
See, I think a V versus D, it's very heavily in the favor of V. And I think it's just specifically due to the gifts. I think the gifts give a stronger advantage overall than what Persona Ride can give in D. Especially if you're playing MLB and have 6 force markers on your board. That is just going to trump any Persona Ride you could ever think of.
Yeah.
But also, speaking of standard, we also top 8 in standard as well.
Yeah, we got
top 8 2 days in a row.
We got 7th place in D.
It was standard, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got hard carried in that one. I only won one game, I think. No,
you won 2 total.
2 games total, and one was in the finals too.
2 Maggie players on the couch and 2 different scores.
So day 1 we went 4-2 after top for Swiss, so we got 7th place, and then of course day 2 we got 4th, so we got top 8 both days.
Mm-hmm. We got 23rd. Look, all right. Alex carried. I did half, and then Hector the deck just shat on him.
Man, I felt that.
We already talked about it.
Bastion is a very high rolly deck. You need to get to grade 3 first before your opponent's on grade 2 to stand a really good chance of taking it.
Well, it wasn't that
you
he
need to
didn't
get to grade 4, which
it
Hector
was
never
grade
did.
4 he didn't get.
He got Bastion Prime twice that tournament, and the once he got it, he won. The second time he got it was after a second stride, after a second Bastion.
Gotcha.
So it's he never saw Bastion Prime, so he's playing vanilla Bastion the entire tournament.
Yeah.
On quick topic on that, I don't like the dragon. I'd rather play the order.
For what?
The boost. Because Bastion is all about getting your grade 3s to kind of boost to get better columns.
Mm-hmm.
People run the dragon, so Blast 2 give your grade 3s boost. I'd rather run the order. I don't like the dragon.
So for my build specifically, I use the dragon, but I also use the grade 1 that becomes a grade 3 when you're on the grade 4. So that I have many different ways to boost. but also the grade 1 is additional shield in my deck that I wouldn't have if I was playing the Order. And the reason why I'm playing the Dragon is because I, like a lot of other people, thought that the Order was just the immediate replacement for Darkstream when it was first spoiled, and I slotted it in my deck, tried it out, and realized that there were just some matchups where, oh, if this was a unit, I could have actually done something, or...
Could have called it off the top of the deck. Or
I could have called it off the top of the deck, or, man, it would have been nice to have this just little extra bit of pressure from just another attack, but because, you know, I have an Order in my hand and no other cards, I just have to swing with Van, and I can't call a card down. I think there's an argument for both.
It is an argument. It's also playstyles. Alright, we're gonna end this here. I think I'm gonna just make this in a separate video.
Can I do a shout out?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
100%.
Shout out my channel, Blaze Wheeler.
I'll put it in the description and somewhere.
I do premiums, pretty much premium exclusive content, but mostly just highly edited fight videos. I'm gonna be doing like a little showcase to see the Ordercolony versus Victor matchup, because I really want the world to know that. Because if anybody remembers anything about Victor, they know that like it really sucks to play against like bugs and stuff that rest their stuff and stuns them and can't let them G-guard and all that. But on paper, if you look at that bird, it spikes that matchup. It really flips it on its head.
And if you guys want to see any of their deck lists, they're probably going to have a list of their deck log codes, so you can go look at their deck list if you're curious.
Down in the description.
Yep.
All right. PG or GG. All right, guys. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye. It's fine. There you go. I just needed to press the button to record it and, you know, do the thing. Oh, there you go. See, it's
We
fine.
can edit it in post.
Yeah, take the long way around.